initial impressions of our school?
The initial impressions of your school was really a sense of peace and fun. It was such an engaging environment that it felt like coming home as soon as I stepped in the doors.
And you, Miss Karen?
Same. The very first impression is joy. It's just joy and love and curiosity about the world and about each other. And it really was just such a welcoming and lovely thing.
What do you see as the key strengths of our school?
One of the key strengths I noticed was encouragement. It was helping the kids, building them up, and just helping them know that what they were doing was good and right, and that there wasn't mistakes weren't a bad thing. You could see it. I mean, that continual encouragement is there in how you just loved on the kids.
The way that it is strengths-based in its curriculum and environment, that every single kid is tapping into their potential, the immersiveness of the school on the walls, the encouragement to make mistakes, to try, to learn, to explore. It was a beautiful thing to see, and I think it really, you could see kids looking towards their future and appreciating where they are right now, and it was wonderful.
How do you feel about the interaction between our students and teachers? Did anything stand out to you?
Inspiring. The level of comfort that students have to ask questions, they're so empowered, and they're so supported. Those were the things that really stood out to me about the relationship between teachers and students specifically. And the moments that stand out, they ask such thoughtful questions. And when they were a little bit nervous at first, the way you guys were able to encourage them, and they really found that comfort and that strength and that support in you. And then we were able to engage with them in such a meaningful way. It was fantastic.
Ms. Nancy, do you have anything to add?
I was thinking about the performance that we got to see when the girl stumbled a little bit, and I watched the teacher pick her up and have her calm down and go again, and it was okay. And that, I think, is an embodiment of how your teachers interact with your students. It's okay if you make a mistake. They lift you back up and let you go again. And that's what I think I saw over and over again throughout the school.
Excellent. What do you think, or what are your thoughts about our Turkish Mizzou students and the coordination here in Turkey?
I would say the coordination here in Turkey is amazing. I think the students are outstanding students, and when you look at how they're doing their performance, it's top level. So we know that that's well, but it's also that coordination where we know the students are going to take the right courses when they need to take the right courses, which is a big part of our program that can cause some confusion. But the coordination here is amazing in helping keep our students on track and going in the right direction from day one. There's not a misstep. It's always right on track from the very beginning.
Yeah, I think the word that stands out to me is purposeful in every interaction. It is organized and strategic and structured in a way that really gives students a framework for where they want to go, which is beautiful to see, and it lets them explore. But I was also really inspired that as much as our partnership directs them, we want them to come to Mizzou, we want them with us because they're some of the top students we've ever seen, but it opens options for them. It is preparing them for whatever they might want to do and wherever they might want to go. And the partnership on both ends of that really encourages them to do that.
Thank you. Were there any standout moments or interactions during your visit that left a positive impression?
Many. Many. Mine was getting to meet in person some of my students, and particularly Doha, who is one of my creative writing students, whose stories I have read and we've messaged and we've talked, but getting to put my arms around her and give her a big squeeze and a high five for all that she's accomplished. those personal relationships are really where it starts and ends, and that I'll carry that with me for a long time.
I'm going to echo everything she said, in that it's so often, particularly for me, it's behind the scenes and I don't get those interactions as much. And so to be able to put faces to students, it opens the doors, and it was an amazing event from the elementary to the middle to the high school. I loved our ambassadors. I cannot say enough about our two ambassadors that took us around. And I know they were nervous, but they shined. You know, they did an amazing job, and they shined, and they were just outstanding to get to know, right? Just that interaction with them was amazing. And so there's every day, like, it was like, oh, what are we going to get to do now? We're going to get to do this. And it was just amazing. And so it's going to be really hard to tell everybody about this trip, because it's like, we got to take 3 days to tell you about our time.
Yes.
Because every day we're going to have to go through and tell you about the students that we met, the teachers that we interacted with, the administrators that made us feel so welcome in their buildings, when I know what it means to be an administrator and how hard it is to do the job daily. But they were so gracious, and they shared their building and their students with us in a way that was amazing.
Excellent. So last question, what were your initial impressions of Turkey in general, and was it different from what you expected?
Oh boy, we've had so much of our experience in Turkey has been in your schools. So you know, we've had an amazing time. Everybody has been incredibly welcoming. And I guess that would be, I didn't really have an expectation, but I was a little concerned about, you know, some of the cultural differences. It was my first time in Turkey. I wanted to make sure we were respectful and there's been nothing but just warmth and welcome and the food. Can we talk about the food? It was amazing. Yeah, we've had the best food experience in the world. But yeah, it's just been. I look forward to coming back. That's why I'm really looking forward to coming back.
I would echo that. You know, this is our first time, and you never know what to expect when you travel the first time. But it's been nothing but gracious and fun, and just getting to know the students and interacting with them. It's just been amazing. It has been the best trip ever.
Yeah, I will say, I just wanted to add, because we've also had a chance to interact with parents and families in your program, and the patience and the grace and the curiosity and the interest. It's been a real benefit to us, and I'm so grateful to have had that experience for not just students, but with the family.
Oh, I agree. I think great partners. I think that we have a tight partnership, and we have from the beginning, because our philosophies on education mesh. They go together. And the care that we have for students, that you have for students, that we have for students, goes together. So that partnership is an amazing partnership, and I think it's outstanding, and I love how we're growing that partnership together.
Yeah, the values alignment.
Yes.
Is probably the core of it. Another standout moment to follow up was when we happened upon your values tree in your school, and the way that Mizzou Academy runs on its 4 core values, one of those values being partnership. And there is a collaboration, a joint purpose. Again, that strengths-based, student-centered education, I think, is such a powerful way forward in global education.